Hello, I'm Julie Cronshaw. I've been teaching Cecchetti Method classical ballet in London for more than 25 years. I graduated from the Royal Ballet School Teachers Training course in 1986 and danced professionally before setting up my own school. I'm a fellow of the ISTD in the Cecchetti Method and hold the Enrico Cecchetti diploma. Most recently, I've made a film called Ballet's Secret Code, which is available on this channel. And for more information, content and even more videos, you can go to the website balletsecretcode.com. I hope you enjoy this video. Hello everyone, let's talk about fouettes. Cecchetti dedicates his Saturday class to les grands fouettés sautés, which is about the physical principle of bouncing, ballon. Fouettes, as we know, are a very exciting, beautiful element of the ballet class and seen a lot on stage. We're all familiar with the 32 fouettes en tournant of Swan Lake, and of course we're very familiar with the corps de ballet doing the fouetté sauté in Giselle Act 2. Cecchetti's got lots of different kinds of fouettes and they feature throughout the days of the week, not just on Saturday where he uses the grand fouetté sautés to bounce across the floor, but also, for example, on Tuesday, and we'll find two different kinds of fouetté on Tuesday, and you may not realise that they're also a fouetté movement. Fouetté means to whip. Doesn't just mean that we whip as we do in the fouetté en tournant, or if you're going to do a grand fouetté sauté or a grand fouetté of adage, but there are little fouettes as well in Cecchetti Method. So I'm going to show you two of them and show you some exercises that Cecchetti uses in his Tuesday class, which is about épaulement, which use fouettes. At the bar, many of us will be familiar with the flic-flac, which has this quality, and you'll find it in petit battement frappé exercises. Cecchetti calls that movement fouetté à terre, and when we learn it very, very simply, and it's done with the tips of the toes, not with the ball of the foot. It's done with the tips of the toes like that, either back and front or front and back. And eventually it's done en tournant. Of course, you can go en tournant en dedans, or you can go en tournant en dehors. And you notice that if you're only using the tips of the toes, so you will probably be in a softened blocked shoe. In Cecchetti's day, they would have reused their point shoes. It's the tips of the toes, and the body is going to generate the turn. So one of the exercises that you'll find that uses the fouetté à terre en tournant, as Cecchetti called it, is an exercise of Tuesday, and it has indeed got a fouetté en tournant in it. We also see this step in an adage of Friday, which is called glissade, jeté, fouetté, after the dancer does a very beautiful attitude penché. More about those in another video. Coming out of a développé à la seconde, there is a very fast fouetté en tournant, which then goes into an arabesque and into a renversé en dedans, and more about those in another video. So that is the fouetté à terre en tournant, and it's very similar to the flic-flac that I'm sure everyone's familiar with. The only difference is it's done with the tips of the toes on the floor and not with the balls of the feet. So that's fouetté à terre. Another fouetté that Cecchetti does is a fouetté that's very, very simply this movement here. And we can find this movement in some of the Tuesday steps of Cecchetti as well. For example, pas-de-bourrée, dégagé, fouetté, jeté, pas de chat. And notice I'm using the arms, which are also called tête au jupon in the old French school, which is where the dancer would perhaps pick up their skirt or their cape to get their costume out of the way. And the fouetté movement is just simply this. And if you look in the Alexei Ratmansky version of Sleeping Beauty in Act 2, Aurora's variation has a very lovely diagonal where she does exactly that. So that's another fouetté that we find in the Cecchetti method, which perhaps isn't called a fouetté in other schools, but Cecchetti uses it extensively, not just as a step for its own sake, but also to add a little bit of colour, a little bit of accent, a little bit of excitement to some of the steps. And as I mentioned, the Tuesday steps are about épaulement, so often you'll see a dancer travelling in diagonale with a very fast movement, skimming across the floor and the shoulders back in opposition, or they might be coming down towards the audience, using the épaulement with the feet moving quite rapidly from below the hips. But the steps will be relatively terre-à-terre. Hello, I hope you enjoyed the video. On my website balletSecretCode.com there are over 150 videos with commentary by me and interviews. If you're interested in classical ballet and the Cecchetti method and the physical principles that underpin all dancing, not just ballet, do check out balletSecretCode.com and you can access all of this for just $2.99. Lastly, I made a documentary called Ballet Secret Code. It took many years to bring together and you can watch it for free on YouTube. Here's the trailer.